You have to love the fact that my immediate thought when I see our girl bleeding out, a wound that at face value was not able to be healed, she was very much gonna die. And my first thought was, oh my god, she's gonna somehow survive this. She's gonna be limping into work, blood gushing out of the side, and the guildmaster's gonna say, "We left you the paperwork. We knew you're real good at it." To be fair, the name of the next episode gives me hope that this might be training new hires that were supposed to be here for a while. And hell, maybe we'll get 100 new ones, and things will look good for a bit. But it doesn't change the fact that it's been a highly unorganized group, and the fact that the end of the episode is literally people walking up to her being like, "Damn, we always see how busy you are, but you always make sure we get done, thanks." And she's like, so you know I'm swamped with work and you don't go to... The fact that she casually is like, "Hey, why don't you give your work to other people?" Like, it just confirms that she's being used and abused. But I ain't gonna lie, this might be my favorite episode of Guild Receptionist. It actually felt like a season finale, so I wonder if this was like the end of a volume or something, because this very much felt like an episode 12 rather than an episode 8. But that dark god they fought, disgusting as shit, but really entertaining fight. Of course, if you want to see my full thoughts and support my work, we got the Patreon full and cut live reactions available exclusively over there if you're so interested. This was good. This was a really, really good episode, and I think what it does a great job at is really letting everyone kind of have time to shine. Even though one of our members kind of got off easy, like his entire job was take the trash outside and give him a scolding, I do appreciate even that had its importance to say, "Hey, don't you ever stick your nose around here, our girl is great, be gone, heathen." But he really did get the easy job out of the three. The other three were getting brutally beaten and bruised, and I'm like, shit, man, like, people are coughing up blood like they're gonna die, like, this ain't looking good. Just such a good episode, though. I like the fact that they're implying that heavy use of these skills could very much kill a fool. Like, Jade was... The impression I get is the stress he was putting on himself, not even just the fact that he was coughing up an alarming amount of blood. It's the fact that he legitimately looked like he might give himself a heart attack and kill himself by this constant use of skills. His first big day move was that he puts his shield down, he does these summoning circles, it all goes inside his shield, and he's able to basically absorb an attack, and it just looked so freaking cool. But the fact that this man is a walking badass. He literally is taking one for the team. He's taunting. When he no longer can activate skills, he's getting under these girls' skin by basically taunting them via verbal assault. And just looking how far Jade was pushing himself, they actually had me concerned. I was more confident he would live than die, but to be honest, shit was not looking good, especially when, the big thing in the previous, episode and what we've been learning about this girl's past is that she had to choose between two people. Jade was coughing up a lot of blood. She was not getting healed. It was getting a little concerning. There was the moment where basically our girl's thinking of the past and, how, you send the spirits off, you give them the little ceremony so they have a peaceful rest. I knew right then and there she was going to stop the arrow that was about to kill Jade, but still, they keep the viewer engaged, they keep you concerned, the alarms are raised, and, even in the middle of me thinking people aren't going to make it, I think to myself, well, it's kind of funny imagining the guildmaster making her go into work. Just imagine the thought of her, coming in with, one arm. I feel like he'd look at her dead ass in the face and say, "Can you write with the other hand?" Shit cracks me up. But I think it was a really good characterization episode, and it really brought together, I think, them as a team. Not only just with the post, enjoyment of them being like, we're gonna get drunk as hell and party because we deserve it. Their actual teamwork. It felt like this was the episode that properly brought them together as a group, as a team. And, it's obviously she's gonna go back and work as a receptionist. That's her whole thing. But I think it's very clear she won't really be worried or concerned about going on future missions, because I think she really does fit in quite well, and it's going to be interesting to see how they're all going to evolve. Jade and her, they both have such a crush on each other. She shows it slightly different, but she's very clearly, she cares. The fact that It's such a simple moment, but like 2 episodes ago, he overheard her say Shroud in her sleep, right? So he's thinking, oh shit, I got a romance rival. But she admits who Shroud is in this episode, and then after that, she says, please don't die. Because she just admits that this was someone who was important to me. The death clearly did something to me. Don't do that to me as well. Please live. Super sweet moment, and in general just a really good team building episode, and the music was fantastic. There was this one soundtrack where like it was just before, like, you know, she was building in, she was properly healing, we're gonna get this done, she's gonna come in, power up, save the day. Just one of the best pieces of music I've heard this anime season, and in general the production and everything was just fantastic. And I actually really appreciate how between the two dark gods that we've dealt with, the first one and now the twins, both have had such creative designs, not only just as a visual design, but also the mechanics and how they operated. I mean, every time that girl went and bit her sister's throat to turn into the monstrosity, I thought to myself, what in Alabama are we witnessing? Why are sisters eating each other out like this? This is disturbing as hell. And I was just very happy to see that our girl came in with the hammer of justice and Exodia obliterated her ass in Disintegrator. Because really, if you're going to keep on reviving yourself, you got to make sure there's nothing left, and I guess that's how we do it. Very good episode, though. I think the show, you know, it started off in a very funny way, a very goofy way, and I think that goofiness is still there, and it still has its moments. But I think the way they've built into a more serious character drama and how they've allowed the party to actually feel more than one-off memes and jokes, I think is important. I appreciate the fact that a girl with PTSD about, you know, I tried to save 2 people and 2 people died, the fact that it wasn't just a one-off, hey, I mentioned this and now I'm recovered, it took her a couple of episodes to get to a point to feel good, and in general, I think the characterization has been pretty solid. Not sure what they're going to do with the last stretch of it, 4 more episodes to go, but I hope we see at least, like, this show, I could totally see it being like he brings in like 100 new hires and only 1 survives and it barely relieves the workload, but time will tell. Just such a good episode. I'm loving this show. I said it when it first started that I thought it was one of the stronger shows of the season, brand new ones, and I think it's more or less remained to be that this entire show, and I'm really hoping we get a season 2 because I'm liking the chemistry among the characters. While I've always thought Jade deserved better than our girl from the beginning, I do appreciate that at this current point, there's a lot less hostility from her, and I appreciate that, you know, it feels more wholesome than I'm going to beat you senseless with a hammer like it started out. Let me know your thoughts and feelings down below. Favorite moment, if you got any, and what do you want to see in next week's episode? Let me know. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new around here, of course ring that bell, and like I mentioned, we got those full live reactions over on Patreon, and hey, while you're over there, I'll also give you a video shout out. So today we got The Good Shark, Jesse Kent, Kyle Kolachuk, Hunter D. Lupin, Cosmo Neto 140, Zeno, Michael Goodley, Yuki Ali, Zython, and we also have Rogue Knight. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care. You all have a good one.